Terrell, what's this case about?
Discrimination and fraud.
Discrimination, fraud?
Yeah.
Fraud is a very specific action in New York State. And your summons doesn't say anything about fraud, it just says other. So technically I got grounds to dismiss this right now, but I'm
Grounds to
believe, sir, don't talk while I'm talking, okay? And I'm telling you that once. Second time, you don't want to know, okay? So, fraud is an action that has to be specifically enumerated and delineated. But if you can prove the case, I'm a great believer in people having their day in court. So, maybe you want to tell us a little bit about what constituted the discrimination and fraud? This is a seller of automobiles, correct?
Yeah.
So how did they discriminate against you? Did you try to buy a car and did they sell it to you?
I got a question for you.
I'm sorry?
I have a question for you.
What's your question, sir?
You're supposed to be supervising jury selection?
I will be. I think it's about time we go on the record. By the way, I've been told that there's some issues with you recording things. You understand
Yeah,
that's not going to happen in this courtroom, especially with a jury present.
Yeah, no problem.
Well,
The reason why I spoke.
just a moment, sir. I think I want to go on the record. Officer, we want to get on the FDR for now.
Is it working? It's not on this side.
I need somebody to get me on before we get to reporter. I can put in mine. I think it's better to use whatever one should be in this courtroom.
Can I ask something now?
I'll just re-discuss anything we discussed now on the record, but sure, go ahead.
So, I would like to know what is the role of you supervising this? Because, you know, there was issues with me and you before, so, and there was complaints filed. So, I want to get this over with, but.
Well, that makes three of us, sir. Unless counsel prefers not to get it over with, which I'd be surprised.
I'm in accord with you.
Oh, yeah, everybody.
So, when I asked the question, can I ask it again? I don't know if,
Sir, I asked you to kindly wait till we get on the record. Okay. Okay, so we are on the record right now in the matter of Terrell Taylor against Plaza Honda. That's index number CV-00184825. And Mr. Taylor is suing for, quote, other for $50,000 with interest from January 14th. 2025, and there is an answer whereby the defendant has two defenses, that the plaintiff does not have a cause of action, and that the plaintiff did not properly effect service against this defendant. Defendant, aren't those things that would properly or generally be addressed as the subject of a motion before trial?
I filed a motion to dismiss, Your Honor, and mistakenly I filed it via EDDS, which seemingly lost half of the motion, so there was, I should have filed it manually, but I didn't.
Well, not that I'm expressing any intention what should happen one way or the other, it's just that it's generally a good idea to have more defined pleadings. Might have been actually in Mr. Taylor's interest, but in any event. Mr. Taylor, as I started to say, and as we briefly started discussing off the record, I ask you, what's this about? You tell me it's about discrimination and fraud, okay? Court is very concerned about allegations of both of them, but as I mentioned to you, fraud is a very difficult action to prove. And I was an attorney in private practice, I had to deal with it. I had to work very hard to prepare causes of action for fraud at the risk of getting them dismissed. In any event, only because I do this all the time, okay? Any interest in any settlement of this matter?
Of course, as long as it's right. But can I ask my question? Because I've
Let's hear your
still been waiting for my question.
Mr. Taylor, let's hear your question.
All right, first you said my summons and complaint states other. What did you mean by that? Because it clearly says discrimination and fraud, right?
No, sir.
It doesn't?
I'll show you your summons. This is what I have.
Yeah, let me take a look at that. Oh, well, I have my copy, and it says discrimination and fraud. You want to see it? This is why I don't want my case going before you. I don't want you supervising anything dealing with my case for stuff like this. So you might want to recuse yourself and put another judge here, because I don't want my case nowhere near you. Look at what you just did. Now, let me show you my copy.
Sir, what I just did?
Well, whoever did it, not you, but your
Okay,
hand.
but sir, you're making an accusation.
Yeah, not you.
Sir, you will not talk while I speak, or otherwise I'll dismiss this case on the spot and have you removed from the courthouse, okay? So, let's have it on record clearly what you did. You just accused me of altering a court document. That's a very, very serious charge. And you got about 4 witnesses here, okay? So, you're going in a direction you really don't want to go into. But if you want to show me something that can show that there was a mistake made with the court, I will be very happy to entertain it.
No problem. I want to rephrase that. It wasn't you. You know. Okay, here's the copy. It says fraud and discrimination on there.
the same one I have, Your Honor, this is reference others.
Got the other one from the judge.
Sir, I don't understand why there's two summonses here also. Do you recall filing more than one summons that day?
No, I got 50 cases here, and I always specify my claim. I never would do something so stupid like that and put other and put nothing there. I would never do that. You can look up all my cases. Never do I do that, so I wouldn't do it this time.
Well,
And once again, there's several complaints against you. You know, I need you to recuse yourself, please. And this matter could go before somebody else, or let somebody else supervise the jury selection. Please and thank you.
sir, you may not know, but I will tell you. Just because you make a complaint about a judge or you ask for a recusal doesn't mean that the judge is obligated to do so. In fact, we have a limited number of judges here. If you were to ask every one of them to recuse themselves, then we'd run out of judges. So, I'm mildly curious why there's two different summonses.
Apparently were both issued on January was it January 23? Yeah. I don't know why. The first one said other than this one says fraud.
Okay, so the first one says other.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, sir, that's your explanation. There were more than one summons issued. I don't know how it happened. I wasn't there. You were presumably, so maybe you have some better idea.
You want to hear my explanation, you said?
If you have one, you're the one who raised it.
I've never seen that before. I know what I did when I went down there and paid for the summons and complaint. I put discrimination and fraud. Once again, I got a lot of cases here. None of them says other. Just this one today says other. And then you have another copy that doesn't say other. That says fraud and discrimination. So it's fair to say that when I filed the paper, the summons and complaint, I put down fraud and discrimination. This is the only case, and in this only case, there's two copies. So very weird, very suspicious, very fraudulent. It's pretty obvious. This is the only case where it says other, and you still have the copy where it says fraud and discrimination. Oh my God, man. So, are you gonna, my other question I never got to ask you was, what is the role of you supervising jury selection? I know somewhat, and the reason why I ask is because I don't need you charging the jury. I don't need you doing anything because I had experience with you, and it wasn't good at all. It was not good. So you cannot do anything in this case at all. Please.
Sir, first thing, it's not for you to decide what I do in this case. Number one. Number two, if every litigant that didn't like the particular judge had a choice to just magically ask for recusal, the legal system would not be able to handle itself. That don't happen. Sir, not while I'm talking. You don't run this courtroom, okay? And I don't care about your 50 other cases. It's my duty to look at every one of them individually and judge you fairly and judge your case fairly on the basis of your individual case. If you had 100, 150, it wouldn't matter. I'd have the same duty. And that's what I would hope you would prefer in a justice. Okay? You have a further question, sir?
Yes. It's not that I don't like you, it's that you don't respect rule of law. You a judge, and you don't abide by the rule of law. That's not liking you. You don't adhere to law. So why would I want a case to go before you? I went before you already. You took 6 months to even decide on my bench trial that went before you. And you also said in that same case that took you 6 months to decide on, when you have 60 days to decide on it, in that same case, there was a subpoena filed for medical records. And the medical records was sent here. And the defendant admitted that the medical records was sent here. And I even took a picture of the medical records, but you said the court never received it. When they received the documents, because they're right downstairs, you said y'all don't have the file. So y'all don't have the file. So, you know, you don't
Sir, I
respect.
have a very good memory now that you've refreshed it of that case, okay? And the opposing counsel had your medical records, and you were very familiar with them.
Well, you just cut me off though. I wasn't finished.
Sir, what else would you like to say?
I'm not talking about the defendant having the medical records. I'm talking about the court receiving the medical records. You said they never received it, and they did. And you also took 6 months, 4 to 6 months, to decide on a bench trial when you only have 60 days according to the CPLR. There's also complaints filed against you, and you signed off on a decision in order where the case never even went before you. That is fraud, and that's exceeding your authority, acting outside the scope of your duties.
Sir,
You can't
I have no knowledge of...
Well, I have it. I
have no knowledge of any complaints against me by you, but I do recall rendering that decision, and it's my recall that you failed to sustain your case. But you were very familiar with the records, and you quoted from them and referenced them extensively in the course of your hearing. But I'm not going to waste your time, my time, and this time talking about another matter. As far as the 6 months, the court has discretion due to any number of issues, one being some medical issues that the court had, as well as issues regarding backlogs. There's lots of reasons, but the 6 months wasn't geared towards you. The court decides the matters that come before it strictly in the order of their age. And if you were to check that, I don't know how you could, but you'd find out that the decisions I write are wrote in sequential order. But be that as it may, simple question, while we're on the record. Counsel,
Yes,
do you
sir.
have any interest in making any offer to resolve this?
At this point, I have no authority. I mean, I could make a phone call for a very, very nominal figure, Your Honor.
What's your idea of a nominal figure?
$500 tops. And I'm not saying with any.
That you would even get them to agree.
Correct.
Mr. Terrell.
I'm not interested in that.
Okay.
And I want to say something once again. You don't respect the law. It's not that I don't like you. It's not that whatever you're saying.
Sir,
Complaints were filed against you because you don't respect the law. You don't abide by the law. I don't want you on any of my cases whatsoever. And there was a complaint filed for you taking so long to render a decision. You know, you got 60 days or a little over 60. So there was a complaint for that as well. So you have like 3 complaints. I don't know how you didn't see them. There was a complaint for you not filing, not rendering a decision. There was a complaint when you made a decision in order on a case that never went before you, which is exceeding your authauthority, and you can be sued for that.
Sorry.
Excuse me, I believe, when they, Judge Perez went to Supreme Court, that might have been one of the cases, her motions that were distributed along with the judges.
Well, sir, if someone is no longer a judge of this court, they no longer have the authority to act for the court. And my court attorney is reminding me that there were a number of decisions that were distributed to a number of judges of this court in terms of motions, and if it's a matter of reviewing written documents, it's not an unusual practice, but be that as it may.
Quick question. So, I'm telling you this because I know firsthand. You signed off on an order that you have nothing to. You made a decision that you keep cutting me off.
Sir, this decision,
My back is hurting me. My back is hurting me, and I'm be sitting here and ain't get nothing done. I have a work-related injury, herniated disc, a bulging disc. MRIs prove it. There's a case in here for that as well. I've been sitting in this hard chair
well, sir,
since 10 o'clock.
Sir, how would you like us to accommodate your back issues?
What I'm saying is that we're wasting time, and I noticed that
Sir,
I
no
went
one is
before you.
asking me questions.
I went before you before, and you, for some reason, you drag things out. So, and this is what you've been doing for the last 30 minutes, and my back is hurting me. So that's what I'm telling you. Can you recuse yourself?
Excuse me. I'm not going to tell you not to interrupt me while I'm talking one more time. Okay? Do you understand that, sir?
I understand, but you're cutting me off, though.
Sir, it's up to the court, to my good discretion. The other question was as to supervising the jury. It's always the judge's discretion to supervise all matters involving jury selection. So, do you have any other questions?
Yeah. So, I just want to know your role as supervising this matter, because if it's not having no bearing on the jurors, which it is, because I think you give instructions, and so anything that you're going to be, talking to the jurors about or whatever, or influencing them, that can't happen. And if it wasn't the case, I wouldn't care. You can sit there, you can listen, I don't care. I just want to prove my case. But if you have any bearing on a decision, then which you do, so I don't even have to ask, because I know part of what you do has to have some type of bearing on a decision making. That can't happen here, because there's a bunch of complaints against you. Can you please recuse yourself so that another judge can supervise this jury trial?
Sir, I am not aware of a single complaint.
I'm aware.
Well, you have more knowledge than I. So, sir, I'm going to close the record at this moment, and I'm going to speak to my court attorney. I'm going to ask you to stay here. Officer, everything is thank you.